awake and contemplate tonight, wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night, under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think, well, I lie awake and contemplate at night, wearing me out.
Good evening. My apologies for being a little late on pushing buttons there, but I just ran back to the desk and, well, it is what it is. Wow. So many times do I get the subject that I'm going to discuss literally moments before the show. And, in fact, might have started a minute late or so. And that's because I literally had to finish what I was watching that I'm talking, which prompted what I'm talking about. So, we're going to get to that. I'm actually going to do something that I don't normally do now on the show, and I'm actually going to play a video. because I don't have a choice. I don't feel I have a choice. And I know my audience is nothing in comparison. However, doesn't mean my message is any less important. And I think what he has to say plays in perfectly with what I've been trying to say for literally over a decade. For literally over a decade. I mean, some parts of it are only relevant for right now, but overall, I've been trying to say this for over a decade. So we will get to that momentarily. Spent I don't know how many hours today, several, tabbing out my Bible, but I have it finished. So my Bible now has the camouflage Bible tabs on it. Got it all finished up and done. I ordered me just a cheap, inexpensive little Bible case, a camouflage one that matches the tabs. Just because I want what I call a working Bible, a Bible that I take with me, a Bible that I work out of, a Bible that when I'm just going to sit down and read the Word, that Bible, a Bible that I might jot notes down in, stuff like that, what I call a working Bible. I like to have multiple Bibles around, not just multiple kinds, but I also like to have multiple copies because there are some that I like to work in, and then I like to have if I have a Bible that I like to work in, I like to have another copy of that Bible that I don't do anything in. I don't know why, it's just me, but anyway, I'm designating this as my my work Bible, and it's the same Bible you get from Bear Independent, and I'm going to designate it as my work Bible, and then go from there. So, but anyway, I got it all tabbed out today, so that was cool. That was a job that I was kind of intimidated by because, number one, I didn't want to mess it up, which I'm not really prone to mess stuff up, but stuff like that I'm really kind of picky about, and it was no sweat. There are a couple of little things that didn't go perfect, but it's not that big of a deal. But I do got it all tabbed out. Took a while. Like I say, it took several hours. And got it all tabbed out. That's done. Can't wait to get the case in and be able to get it in the case. So kind of stoked about it, actually. I never really had a Bible that had a cover and all of that, or that had tabs or anything like that. So it's kind of cool to have something that's going to be a lot easier to work with. And then, like, if, I'm watching a video or something like that where they're reading scripture or whatever, it'll be a lot easier to find where I need to go now with the tabs. It's hard for me without them. It's really hard for me. And some, they might be using a different Bible or whatever, so sometimes page numbers they don't apply. So... but anyway, enough with that. Other than that, just been talked to the landlord a little bit today, a little more about the house we're going to move into, and the design, like for instance where the hallway is and all that, because I'm putting together in my head exactly how I'm going to set stuff up, because I'm going to make it as efficient as possible. So. However, I think we got some good plans going on. I think we got some real good plans going on. We shall see. Okay. Trying to think of anything else as far as like we're concerned. I do want to make a note. Since we're going to be really switching gears here in a moment. And I will probably come back to this. I'll just save it. I'll just save it until we get to it. It doesn't make sense to talk about it more than once. So let me go ahead and let me just play that video, and then we'll take it from there. The video is from Bear Independent, and Mr. Morris, I apologize in advance that I'm playing your video on something that I will, when this live stream is done, it will publish before my personal whatever was that if I played somebody else's content, that video did not go up public. So please forgive me for that trespass, if you will. And I hope you don't mind if I play this video. On that, I would urge people, if you're not subscribed to Bear Independent, why the hell not? You need to be. You really seriously need to be. You also need to fork out at least $1 a month, and I'm not joking, to Patreon, because the information, I'm not telling you to put that dollar towards any other Patreon channel. No, now I'm not saying that there aren't plenty of them worth it. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that $1 a month for Bear, that's nothing. That's nothing. A lot of good stuff. So, hopefully, I have over time sent a few folks his way. So, because man, it's good stuff that you're not gonna find. You're not gonna find it anywhere else. So we did a video here, and let me raise it up here so everybody can see. Bear Independent. He did a video just a little bit ago, like an hour ago or so. It popped up, and it's titled "The Enemy Within." And I'm gonna play this video, and as you can imagine, I'm gonna have a few things to say afterwards. But I think he did such an absolutely incredible job. It's really going to be hard to comment a whole lot, I think, afterwards. But anyway, here's Bear Independent with a video he just put out titled "The Enemy Within."
There's a lot of talk about the enemy right now, whether that's on a physical level or spiritual level. There's a lot of talking heads making hay out of the concept of the enemy. And there's a really vital point that's being missed here. The enemy is within you as much or more as it is without. Every time you set a goal and capitulate, you're your own enemy. Every time you give up, you're your enemy. Every time you fail to perform because it's too hard, you're doing the enemy's job for him. The enemy is in here and in here. And some of y'all are way too eager to ignore all the self-work that you have to do now on the micro before you go LARPing off to save the world in your multicam on the macro. And so, a word to the wise. Yeah, there's a lot of macro external work to do right now in these United States of America. But don't let that be escapism for you and the self-work that you need to do. Because men and women of faith and integrity have not been spilling their blood on this land for 400 years so that you could use it as an excuse to go play dress up. You need to get your own shit straight first. Positions of strength. If you're not good, your house is not going to be good. Your home, your wife and your children are not going to be good. And if they're not good, your neighborhood, your community is not going to be good. Your church is not going to be good. And without strong individuals and families and communities and churches, you don't have strong towns and cities. And without strong towns and cities, you don't have strong counties. Without strong counties, you don't have strong states and regions. And without strong states and regions, you don't have a strong federal government. So before you hop on your white horse and ride all the way to D.C. to make America great again, put all your faith in one man who was appointed by the Father but is not anointed by the Father, because he is not the Mashiach, he is not the Messiah. Why don't you go do some push-ups? Go for a ruck. Hug your children. Spend time with your wife. Handle you. Because the real fight is you versus you. If you don't have the discipline to get your ass out of bed and do what you need to do, or to go when it's hard, or to suck it up and do what needs to be done anyway, what in the world makes you think you're going to rebuild this place? And I mean this in love. But who are we to fool ourselves? We're going to make America great again. Call no man master but your Father in heaven. That comes straight out of the mouth of Messiah. Now, do I want this place to fail? Absolutely not. But that begins with me versus me. The real enemy, the hardest enemy to slay, is the one that's in here. The one that's in here. And if you don't have that straight, nothing else matters. You might save the republic, but lose your children, lose your family. We might drain the swamp, but we've got churches filled with effeminate, passive-aggressive bullshit pastors that don't preach the word and don't have a set of balls and are non-confrontational, cherry-picking verses to put together a wonderful message about 3 reasons why you should love your brother as yourself this week. But oh, we got to cut it short because there's a football game on this afternoon. If you don't have a life worth living on the micro where you are right now, I would strongly suggest that you start making one, because the macro has an incredibly high chance of going away or being altered significantly to the point where it may become unrecognizable. Which means you're going to need you. You're going to need your family. You're going to need your church and your community. So do the self-work. You got to fight the enemy within first. And only then are you maybe capable of fighting the enemy without.
I could probably spend a week on that video. How in the heck he was able to condense all of that into that video, I'll never know. I don't know if he had notes from hell or what. Maybe he had his whiteboard nailed to a tree out there. I don't know. Man, I'm going to start out with this because, again, I could spend a week. Number one, I'm just going to get this out there and say this. I know a few people. People that I know are people that matter. The people that matter aren't all wrapped up in this election nonsense. The people that matter aren't talking about riding off to D.C. to save America. In fact, people that matter are more focused on other things that are actually more imminent and more important than this circus sideshow that many call an election. So remember that. Because all those that are out there gung-ho about putting on their multicam and riding into D.C., don't bullshit yourself. You ain't got as much backing as you think. Because that's just stupid. But it is what it is. Now, on to the enemy within. I've spoke about this a number of times. In fact, my priority list covers it extensively. That's why number one is spiritual preparedness. Number two is mental preparedness, right? That deals with dealing with those demons, dealing with that enemy within. That's boom, number two, right? Number two. So, I mean, yeah, it's important. It's important. You can't, if you can't keep a straight head, you're done. If you allow yourself to get mad, you're done. If you are in a confrontation with somebody that can remain calm, probably not a good thing to keep going. Because there's a reason why they're remaining calm. They're competent. They're competent. And you bang your head up against the wall all you want. But that person probably isn't trying to do anything other than being left alone. It's the craziest thing, craziest society we live in. But if we don't have that mental preparedness, if we don't have that enemy within taken care of, and we've all got enemies, I've got them. I've got enemies within. Every one of us does. The important thing is whether or not we're working on them. Whether or not we're even trying to fight those enemies within, or if we let them just rule our lives. See, and that's where I probably have issues with compassion and empathy. Because I see a lot of people out there that say they try, but they don't. And I can't be empathetic for that. Makes no sense to me. It's not even logical to be empathetic to that. In fact, I should kind of probably turn my back to it. Which I do. I tell you what, it's not enjoyable to walk the walk. You damn well better not love the world. I'll say that. I'll say that. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because for those of you out there within the sound of my voice that really do want to fight this enemy within, it starts there. It starts there. Man, I have to fight my enemies every single day. I don't get a break. Not one. Not ever. But it is what it is, and I can either let it defeat me, I can let it become me, or I can fight like hell and keep fighting like hell and keep fighting like hell. And I guess unfortunate for my demons, I'm a stubborn son of a bitch. Literally. I want those to know that are out there in the beginning of this, because I'm trying to again focus on people that might be just starting out. And it's hard for people that are just starting out with prepping, or whether it be with, a real true spirituality, or whatever the case may be. Man, it's rough, and there's a lot of condemnation out there towards people that are just starting out, and I'm not going to be that person. I would rather welcome someone like that with open arms, and so that's kind of why I'm taking the approach a lot that I have been lately. It's because I'm trying to reach out to those that are new to this. But back to the point, if you're new to fighting your demons, to fighting that enemy within, I'm going to tell you right now, it's an insane battle. And this is true for whatever demon that it is that you fight. Whether it be depression, alcoholism, mine is PTSD and anxiety. That's the demon I fight. It first starts when you simply say, I'm not going to do this anymore. It starts with that. But you have to mean it. Don't say it to anybody else. Nobody else. You cannot say it to anybody else. Only yourself. That's important. And then fight like hell. And don't give up. I'm telling you, the road's not always rosy, but it is rewarding. But you have to keep fighting. And as long as you're doing the right thing, then no matter what happens in the end, you win. Doesn't matter. Remember, this is not about the world, and that's what I said. That's the first thing you have to give up. If you truly want to fight the enemy within, you have to give up that love for the world. You have to understand that your decision to fight that enemy within is going to upset many people around you because they can't stand to see it. Because them seeing you fight their demons brings their demons out to play. You need to know these things before you start this battle. Because this enemy within is real. And this enemy is within and it is without. It's all around you. And you won't see it until you face it. And then you'll see it everywhere. Get dedicated enough, you'll do what you can to stay away from the world so you don't have to see it. I'm good with that. Man, that was just an incredible video. I could have never covered what he did in that amount of time. Not even close. I'm serious. I wonder if he had notes. I do believe that we have some dark times coming. I do believe that regardless of however this election turns up, that's not really what we need to be focusing on right now. I think that's a distraction. I think the thing that we need to be focusing on right now isn't even the vaccine. It isn't even COVID. I'll tell you what the people that matter are talking about. The Great Reset. That is what concerns them. The COVID vaccine is a concern for me, a personal concern for me. I'm personally concerned that they may try to mandate it. As I've said before, that's where I plant my flag. I mean, of course, my flag's planted for a lot of other things. I'm telling you, though, that that's like the earliest that I plant my flag. Because there's a lot of stuff that you know, comes behind that, right? I mean, of course, you got Second Amendment, yada, 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 yada. Well, man, a reset, a great reset, how many people are going to be down for that? Especially when it's announced that it's going to be a global currency and all of that. What then? I don't know exactly what all is around the corner. But I do know that if we aren't doing the things to get ready, we're going to be screwed. I never intended this to be a doom type of news show. And it never had been. But in my lifetime, and I suspect in all of yours, we've never been in times as such. Because in order to be able to equate times as such, you would probably have to at least go back to the Great Depression. And while we're not there quite yet, I'm telling you, a great reset is not going to be all roses. Neither was the New Deal, was it? What do you think they're doing? Same shit, different century. Anyway, we do the news around here, so why don't we do a little bit of that? Well, this is the Mondayest feeling Tuesday for me. I know it's Monday for you, but you gotta understand it's Tuesday for me. But this is the Mondayest feeling Tuesday for me so far. I guess that's not quite so ironic, is it? Oh well. I can be amused by it anyway. No rule against that. Alright. And if there is a rule against it, then I'll just identify as amused. How's that sound? Alright, let's run through the normal stuff real quick. I'll try to race through it. I get pretty good at that if I don't get tongue-tied. Alright, Amazon affiliate, we're up to $13.56. That's like kick ass. Awesome. Thank you. For those that don't know, we're an Amazon affiliate. And people's been clicking our link, and it's awesome. We've got a link in the description of the videos. We also got a link at thewatchmannews.com in the top right there. If you click that link, it just takes you to Amazon with our special link. And when you make purchases, those items don't cost you anything more, but it gives us a commission. It throws a little bit our way for the sale. And it's a great way that doesn't cost you anything to help us out. And all those little bits add up at the end of the month. And, you know, obviously we're not making millions, but it helps out. And we highly appreciate it. We really, really do. So thank you for clicking that link and using it. As well, let's see, we got a Teespring store. The best way to see what we have there is go to thewatchmannews.com. Scroll down on the home page. We currently have 4 different designs there. If you see an image or design you like, click on the image. That'll take you to Teespring. There's more than just t-shirts. There's coffee mugs, tote bags, all kinds of other stuff with that particular design. The only one that has a face mask, there is one with a face mask. The koala bear sticking his middle finger up, that one is available on a face mask. And it's available there at Teespring. Just click the link or click the image. You'll go there. You can make your purchase over there. So, lastly, we have a PayPal donate link. That's in the description of the videos as well as at thewatchmannews.com right there in the main menu. Click that. It just takes you to our PayPal donate page. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You can do so as a guest with a debit or a credit card. But I always let people know, it says Transforming Disabilities up top, but it also says Purpose, the Watchman News donation. That way you know you're in the right place. 1 second, let me clear my throat. Now I'll start doing a rap song. Let me clear my... Oh. Or wait, was that a rap song? Pretty sure it was a rap song. Don't make me get Hood up in here. He's gonna smack me with a crutch. Alright, let me have another sip here. And a vape. I didn't tell you about the vape, but... Alright. COVID. Let me do a refresh on this. Just because. Yeah. I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I don't have a clue. I'm going to give you the numbers, though. Fatal cases, last 24 hours, we're currently at 1,128. Of course, as you know, that will maybe go up a little bit before the actual count is taken for the 24-hour period. Okay. New cases as of yesterday. There were 170,846, down considerably. Fatal cases. 1,080 as of yesterday. I can't make any sense of it. Told you I was going to keep an eye out on this. Locally, you ask? How about your little town, Mike? Well, today we're at 1,198. Yesterday, let me grab my paper here. Yesterday, we were at 1,184. I still haven't wrote down today's number. Yeah. So, 14. 14. New total confirmed, 14 new cases in the last 24 hours. Where where's the uptick from Thanksgiving? I mean, we're talking dreaming of, what was that, the 17th? So we're talking 1, 2, tomorrow will be 3 weeks from Thanksgiving. Oh, wait. My bad. Sorry. That was Tuesday, not Thursday. Sorry. Thanksgiving, I guess, would have been the, the 19th. Third Thursday. 1, 2. Okay, so the 10th will be 3 weeks. 3 days will be 3 weeks. So wow. I got nothing. Where is it? Where's the spike? That concerns me more than if I had seen a spike. I hope you're all getting ready. All right. Do some headlines. All from today, not an option. Trump's chances to get Georgia back from Biden erode after Republican governor refuses to select new electors. So much for defund the police. Cops beat BLM protesters outside LA Mayor Garcetti's home. Denmark to end oil production in 2050. Mysterious disease alarm. And this might be something to tuck in the back of your head. Remember, by the way, I did say that about COVID. There's something to tuck in the back of your head. And, yeah, I'm telling you, you might want to tuck this in the back of your head. Mysterious disease alarm. Some 300 hospitalized, 1 dead in India as medics fail to identify cause of patient suffering. So just keep an eye on it. Who would do that? Austrians shocked after seeing videos of vandal trashing memorial to victims of Vienna terrorist attack. China's exports surge at fastest pace in nearly 3 years to hit record high. Irish leaders see chances of Brexit deal at 50-50 as UK goes ahead with divorce treaty breaching internal market bill. And I know I butchered the structure of all that, but sorry. Happens sometimes. Sometimes, no matter how hard I try, I cannot read it right. The structure of it. And sometimes it's not written right. Venezuela's Maduro claims solid victory in opposition boycotted parliamentary elections. And sometimes it's just words that, damn, man. Vietnam to start human trials for indigenous COVID-19 vaccine following successful testing on animals. Scientists may have discovered Alaska's own Yellowstone supervolcano. A top priority, COVID-19 vaccine to be airlifted if Brexit clogs the ports, says the UK minister. EU ministers to discuss measures against Turkey in eastern Mediterranean row with Cyprus and Greece. China expresses hope for a steady transition of relations with U.S. When Biden becomes president. China's clearly banking on Biden. Probably literally. Australia's 2019 bushfire crisis killed or harmed more than 60,000 koalas. And as I reminded Jen earlier, while they may be cute, they are not cuddly. Remember that. You ever run into, the just, I don't know, odd koala walking down the street? Remember, they're cute. They are not cuddly. No, I'm not trying to say you're a koala. But, I mean, man, they're cute. They're not cuddly. Iran sends biggest ever fleet of oil tankers to Venezuela, defying U.S. sanctions, says a report. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak's cryptocurrency skyrockets 1,400%. Super spreading events under Christmas trees, Germany urged to walk back planned easing of COVID-19 rules for the holiday season. No space for diplomacy. UK, France, and Germany blast Iran's plans to ramp up uranium enrichment. Paris Air Show canceled amid COVID-19. There's no 19 there, man. Paris Air Show canceled amid COVID pandemic uncertainty. And I guess it wouldn't have mattered if I just added it anyway. Further lockdown restrictions introduced in 38 Danish municipalities to combat, whatever. We'll turn it into a rap song. COVID-19. Yo. Come on. Back up over here. Go, hey, oh, about that pace. And then I'll just step in, right? I'll just bust a rhyme. Nah, she ain't. She ain't jiggy with it, man. Uh, Jailed terrorist Hashim Abidi admits helping brother plan Manchester arena attack which killed 22. Not laughing at the headline. I'm surprised I'm not getting huffed. Oh, I did get huffed. Okay. I didn't hear the huff. I was going to say, that's unusual. Inhumane U.S. sanctions blocking Tehran from purchasing COVID-19 vaccine, says Iran's central bank chief. I got a tough audience here, I'm telling you. Yalta restricts water to just 6 hours a day as Ukraine's supply blockade takes its toll on Crimea. Sorry. Oh, we've had some good ones today. Oh, man. Been some good laughs today. Vaccine ID card, not ticket to football or restaurant, Tory MP assures, as Britain's reluctant to take jab fear coercion. Tehran will not renegotiate nuclear deal or compromise on its own national security, says an Iranian government spokesman. Remember Star Trek's tricorder? Scientists develop world's first mobile DNA sequence analyzer app. That's like crazy. Again, the scientific advancements, the medical scientific advancements, aside from the COVID vaccine, has been just mind-blowing. French arms sales to Egypt won't be conditional on human rights due to terrorism threat, Macron says as he meets Sisi. China's forex reserves hit 4-year high on booming trade and strong yuan. Chicago Teachers Union forced to backpedal after claiming push to reopen schools rooted in sexism. Cold War mindset, China hits out at U.S. after Washington ends exchange programs and curbs visas for officials. A Brexit disruption could hurt COVID-19 vaccine rollout plans, Welsh Health Minister warns. A man fined $3,600 for 8-second coronavirus quarantine breach in Taiwan. Labor faith minister resigns after defending right of religious people not to officiate same-sex marriages. Police launch probe after swastika graffiti discovered in German parliament building. A Biden election success not statistically impossible, but statistically implausible, a pollster says. Hungary and Poland uphold veto on EU budget and recovery fund, says Budapest. World's best tank, Russian troops can't look forward to first deliveries of revolutionary T-14 Armada next year, developer says. Our Russian troops can look forward to it. Now, that's supposed to be one badass tank. Britain's newest aircraft carrier misses U.S. trip, will stay docked for 6 months after embarrassing flood. Pretty sure a ship's not supposed to flood. UK to cull 25,000 turkeys after 9th bird flu outbreak this year. Independent peer banned from House of Lords over homophobic and offensive language after inquiry into bullying claims. Macron and Sisi at odds over free speech and Prophet Muhammad cartoons during Egyptian leader's French trip. Israel very comfortable with U.S. sale of F-35 jets to UAE, an ambassador says. Sidney Powell's Kraken election fraud lawsuits harpooned by judges in Georgia and Michigan. I'm an effing teacher. A woman has a meltdown at Oregon anti-lockdown protesters get dubbed Subaru Karen. And I know I butchered that headline too, but it's not written really correctly. Oh wait, meltdown at. Yeah, kind of. Let's see. Russian man wanted by Moscow, Paris, and Washington handed 5-year sentence by French court for laundering Bitcoin on behalf of the mob. $100 ticket from Moscow to Moscow. Novelty flights sell out for those missing the thrill of air travel during COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. $100 to go nowhere. Deal. No, I really? Conditions to seal Brexit trade deal not there. EU's von der Leyen and UK's Johnson say. I don't want to know anything about his Johnson. Elon Musk SpaceX wins close to $1 billion in preliminary taxpayer funding to unleash broadband across rural U.S. Reap what you sow. Dems now find intimidating protest unacceptable after Trump supporters target Michigan Secretary of State. This is insanity. As California faces new COVID-19 lockdowns, Governor Newsom announces $80 million public health billboard campaign. Americans' mental health falls to 20-year low amid lockdowns and pandemic, says a survey. Romania's PM Orban resigns after slim election loss. Interim leader sworn in to build coalition. Rand Paul tries to get government to stop paying stimulus to dead people. Bill watered down with 3-year deadline. A gun control mall Santa causes boy to cry after telling him no Nerf gun, no firearm toys of any kind for Christmas. That's kind of messed up. That is really kind of messed up. Ted Cruz to argue GOP-led Pennsylvania election case if U.S. Supreme Court takes up appeal and calls for an end to bitter division. By the way, let's back up. You know what? This could be prevented. You know how this could be prevented? By not lying to your kids. Imagine that. Belarus President Lukashenko banned from attending Olympic Games. I know it's not a popular case, or popular position to say that, but I don't care. It's a logical one. OPCW director worried the truth about Syria chemical attack report would feed Russian narrative. Well, yeah. Chicago alderman ran his restaurants as COVID-19 dining speakeasies while competitors were shut down by governor's order. This anything new? I mean, it's not acceptable and something needs to be done, but it's nothing new. They've been playing games like this for a long time. Didn't take a virus, right? They've used the permit processes and all that to squeeze people out for a long damn time. Ain't nothing new. Maybe this time we should start doing something about it. Because, man, this is not a free country. And we do not have free trade. Not even close. I always talk about how a child can't go out and sell lemonade in their front yard anymore without being harassed. You call that free trade? When a child can't set up a stand out in his front yard and sell lemonade? Geez. Many locations are now, charging taxes for yard sales, or or you have to get a permit to have a yard sale. You're going to try to tell me that that's taxation with representation? Really? We've been in trouble for a very, 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 very long time. Nothing new. But whether or not it becomes something new, yet to be seen. Remember, that we have nobody else to blame for where our country is today but ourselves. Because much as this show talked in the beginning of the show about the enemy within you, the same thing is the enemy within our country. That was one of the points that Bear was trying to make. Because if we are a nation built up of people that are being eaten up by the enemies within themselves, we're not much of a nation at all. Why we need to work on ourselves. We need to stop worrying about other people. Work on ourselves so we can build stronger individuals, stronger households, and stronger communities, and on and on and on. There is no shortcuts to a good foundation. Ever. With that, I hope you all have a good evening. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Hope to see you then. Hope the news ain't horrible. As always, God bless you. We love you. And be one with your spirit.